It's all come down to this. It's round 18 in the AFL Sydney competition, and it is two teams vying off for the minor premiership and the week off as we head into the finals. It's North Shore versus Manly Warringah, separated only by 2 points due to some amazing results in last week's round 17, with Manly drawing with St George. So currently as it stands, North Shore 2 points ahead of Manly Warringah, but of course the winner today will take the chocolates, and we'll have the week off in the first week of the finals. And joining me up here for the first time ever here at Weldon Oval in Curl, Jury Forbes. And Jury, another sensational day in Sydney upon us.
Oh, glorious conditions here at Manly this afternoon, Craig. Barely a cloud in the sky, and what's quite warm for the players today, so fitness probably I expect to play a part, but huge occasion for the Manly Footy Club. The crowd certainly turned up in numbers this afternoon, and what a great way to finish the regular season, a shootout for the minor premiership.
And we are playing for the Bendigo Bank Cup here today, this afternoon. The first time these two teams have played against each other in the Premier Division competition, and Bendigo Bank, a good supporter of both sides here on the north side of Sydney. Just about set to get underway in this first quarter. As I said, a lot riding on this game, but more importantly, it's going to be a fantastic battle between these two local rivals. No love lost between these two teams, that can be said. And we'll see in about 2.5 hours' time who will go into the finals, you have to say, Jury, as favourites.
Absolutely. Look, week off's going to be crucial, so both teams will certainly appreciate that for the victors today.
Almost set to get underway here at Weldon Oval. As we said, a beautiful day, probably about 24 degrees upon us this afternoon. Could get a little bit warm. No breeze to speak of at the moment. So a wonderful, wonderful day of football. Finals is in the air. We're just about set. It's round 18. The winner takes all here going into the finals. And we're underway in the middle. We're almost underway as the umpire. I'm sure they think about that way too often, Drury, and come out and throw it down. So we'll reset. And now we're underway. In the ruck there, Martin for North Shore gets this one going forward. Good work there off the back of the pack. A little bit of a jumper clash. We're looking for a white stripe and a red stripe today. So North Shore going to the right of screen, pushing up there. Davis now back on a nice little handball over by Davis. Trying to get it there onto Davis as well. Evan Davis it was. And working it forward as North Shore at the moment. A little bit of scramble by the Wolves. And this one will be wrapped up. No, the ball's fallen clear. And the umpire will come in shortly. Player at the back of the pack there in Evan Davis, a little bit sore after this first contest. And we'll have a ball up.
Yeah, fantastic early work there from North Shore to keep it in the forward 50. Jack Davis, we see a tackle here from Manly, and they're going to get the free kick, Manly. You're absolutely spot on, Craig. You can just smell finals in the air, can't you, here at Weldon Oval this afternoon, as we see Manly coming away from their defensive side, and a nice short little kick finds Boscheider, who was quite good last week against St George. And interesting move, I think, Craig. We see Pearson starting in the ruck early for Manly today, usually a defender. So that's certainly going to add a spanner to the works this afternoon, as Manly, no problems kicking it forward as they go to their forward 50. They've got the ball, nice little jink now, put it on the boot again to the forward 50, but there's all Bombers there, Craig, and a nice mark for them.
There's a player we missed sorely last week. Found out after the game that Armitage was actually overseas at a wedding for last week's clash with St George, and the question sort of remains is, will Armitage be the difference? He's had a fantastic year for the Manly Wolves, and it'll be interesting to see how he goes there. Gives them a little bit more focus going forward. Ball up now. It's 2 against 1 in the ruck. There's plenty of big men around for North Shore. The ball comes to the back of the pack. Tracking it back there was Fitzgerald. Does well. Moves it now wide to the far side here of Weldon Oval. Good bounce there from McMahon. In fact, it jumped over his head. Coming away with it is, I think it was Hart. And his kick is still in play. A little bit hard to see over there in the shadows this afternoon. And that one knocked clear. North Shore now trying to work it through. Now with Gray. The kick comes through the middle. No one really in particular the focus there. And, that's a high tackle. And Ronnie Wason just got caught high there against Ryan Wern.
Yeah, Daniel Pearson just with the sun in his eyes there, couldn't get it, but the kick goes forward from Stroud now, and a great mark forward. It's that man again, Hayden Washington, with the first mark inside 50 of the game today.
Certainly kicked a few last week, did Washington, so he'll be very keen to get this one underway. Just looked up there, Drury, and saw a bit of a haze in the air. Thought we had some fog, but it's just the barbecue as Washington comes in and just fades it to the left-hand side. But the first score on the board to Manly Warringah, and it's a minor score.
Yeah, certainly a positive start for Manly in front of their home fans this afternoon. They're getting a few early forward 50 entries as we see the ball kicked out now from the Bombers. Pearson's there as well as Martin. The ball comes to deck. Martin couldn't get the hands to it. I think Pedersen was in there. Peterson contributed in the end. It's going to be a free kick, and it's going to go to Manly.
It's a little bit off the ball there, holding on. So Levi Brain, the recipient of the free kick, and he will fancy himself from here. Not sure if they're true 50s. Brain leans back on this one. Certainly got the distance. Has he got the accuracy? No. Missed to the right. Another minor score. They lead by 2.
Now just in back play, North Shore big man John Gray has come off early. Looks like he's got quite a bit of claret streaming from the nose there. Trainer's just with him in back play, so an early blow for North Shore. John Gray coming off.
They'll stitch that up. They'll get him out there as soon as possible, no doubt. Meldrum with the kick in for the Bombers. Has to go now. Play on's the call. Goes straight down the middle. Dangerous kick. Comes off. Manly. And that is Zach Manley with the ball, not Manly Warringah. That will be confusing this afternoon. Ball smothered off the boot. Zach Manley goes again. Throws it on the left. Going up forward. It's all Manly Warringah around this one. Good work there by Pearson. And a break free.
Ball comes out wide now. I think it might be, well, I'm not sure who it is, but Manly have kicked it forward. And Washington's there. Can he get the crumbs? Meldrum was putting a bit of pressure and the ball's going to go out of bounds. But another time, Manly heading forward and putting some pressure on the North Shore defence. Umpire to ball it in now. Martin's going to be there contesting. Looks like he's going to go up against Robert Hart from Manly Warringah. It's Martin versus Hart. Martin with a distinct size advantage, or height advantage I should say, and North Melbourne with the opportunity to handball away, but it's going to go out for another boundary throw-in.
Plenty of football being played in the forward half for Manly at the moment, but unable to turn that around on the scoreboard. Just a 2 behind, so as we speak here at the 5.5 minute mark of this first quarter. And you so often see this, and sometimes you'll see the opposition run away, break away, kick the goal, and all advantage lost in one foul swoop as Manly surged forward again. In there was Armitage trying to bustle his way through, pushes it up, and this ball will be wrapped up. The umpire will have a look at this. Plenty of players around this, and a few little short, sharp ones in there, you reckon, Jury?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. With Manly involved, no doubt at all. But a great tackle there from Manly to force the ball up, and they'll get another opportunity. Armitage should be a big boost for them today, but North Shore, just some pressure here. They just get the handball away. What can they do with it? They've got the footy, bit of an elbow there. I think it might have been Martin, but he still got the ball away. No, it wasn't. It was actually Ronald Mason with the ball once again going out.
Ronald Mason, and it was a good tackle there. Stroud didn't take a backward step and just took him front on and took away that run that Rock and Ronnie loves to have. They go up again now, back of the pack. This one's not falling free. Plenty of numbers over. The umpire will have no opportunity. He'll ball it up again. 6.5 played. First quarter. It's the Manly Wolves by 2.
Ball goes up now. A bit of a push by the North Shore ruckman. Gets away with it. Manly, though, fortuitous for them. They end up with the footy. Intercepted, though, by the Bombers, and they're going to kick forward. Although it's intercepted, it's a rebounding footy at the moment. Intercepted by Manly. Nice kickers at third. Garland, I think it might be. He puts it to ground. He tries to beat his defender. It's a hot footy at the moment. Player comes in. It was David Stroud. He kicks it forward. It's a fumble by the Bombers, and there's a chance for Armitage now, who tries to pick up the scrums. It's a great tackle again from Manly. Armitage, I think, is going to get another opportunity here. No, it was Kilpatrick, but it's on the boot there by Manly. And who's that, Craig?
Beautiful goal there by Hart, and he gets it through the middle, and a fantastic start for the Manly Wolves. Let's just see here, Drury just run through the pack. Good kick off the boot and splits the middle. So a fantastic start for the Manly Wolves as they go in with the first goal of the match.
I'd love to see the tackle count statistics, Craig, because just great pressure constantly, even when they turn over the football early by Manly, lots of tackling and really making North Shore think twice about what they're going to do with footy in hand at the moment.
8 minutes played. First quarter here at Weldon Oval. And first goal on the board for the Wolves. They lead 1-2-8. North Shore yet to score. In the ruck there is Martin for. He's just certainly got a distinct size difference in the ruck, does David Martin. Seen him around a couple of years, just a young fella. Be careful they're not shepherding the ruck here, Manly. They're certainly aware that they've got a distinct height difference in the ruckman. They go forward again. Bashida had a great game last week out there at Olds Park. His kick's chopped off. And Calendar for the Bombers pushes them forward, but this one will come back with interest as Manly repel the attack.
That's Harrison Koch, nephew of David there, as we saw last week, Craig, and he's gone straight to Jack Hawkins and Manly looking to push it forward again. Now Hawkins going to centre. I think it's Pedersen here. Gee, he had a good opportunity, good crack at it. Went to ground though, that's okay. Pedersen, he gets it back, he handballs back to a teammate who kicks it forward for Washington. Just outmarked there, fortunately for the Bombers, by Thomas McMahon.
Essendon got that in on Brian now. North Shore go forward again. This one chopped off. Hands off to Manly. They couldn't get the handle on it. They're having to work back now are the Bombers. They go inside and a good mark taken. Just a little bit of pressure relieved as they play on now, and the pressure comes straight back on. Bombers are under all sorts of pressure at the moment, and Manly has no opportunity, no other option but to just run it over the boundary line, and good defensive work there in their forward half by the Wolves.
Oh, they're swarming in numbers, the Wolves, like a wolf pack at the moment, and the Bombers under all sorts of pressure. And the umpires sting them for a throw here. So Manly another opportunity through Lachlan Kilpatrick as he pushes forward. Now, this could be a mark here, Craig. It is. It's a great mark. And it's Washington again with his second mark inside 50 today. So Washington has had an earlier shot today, just missed. Another tough kick for him. He's going to go the banana, is he? It's just going to go through for a minor score.
All the attacking at the moment at the left-hand side of this Weldon Oval, and it's all Manly at the moment. As we reset, Meldrum with the ball, the veteran for the Bombers, been around a long time, and back in the Premier Division side this year. Now they're trying to do the double switch. Saw that there was a little bit of danger there, did the Bombers, and they go up the line and out on full, so they're putting themselves under some serious pressure at the moment. North Shore, an 11-minute mark. I suppose the saving grace is there's only one goal on the board so far, Drury, for Manly, and they haven't really been hurt on the scoreboard just yet.
No, they haven't just yet, so if they can get their act together and get past this period of the game. We knew Manly were going to come out strong in front of a packed Weldon Oval this afternoon with the minor premiership on the line. But North Shore just need to get through this period and just need to be patient and need to lay on a few more tackles. That's what Manly's doing well at the moment.
Armitage just threw that on the outside of the boot, trying to find the goals, but misses to the left-hand side, another minor score. So 1 goal 4 to Manly at the 11.5-minute mark of this first quarter. Meldrum plays on this occasion, having some serious trouble getting this one out of their defensive half are the Bombers. Back of the pack there, Setwell was McMahon, couldn't bring it down. This one on the deck now, and plenty of players around it. Have a ball up.
Yeah, Vajavandi right in there underneath it. He's just come on for the Bombers. And the ball goes up now, and bit of tussling, fair contest, although umpires seen a high tackle and a bit of a break here for the Bombers as the handball comes away from Caruthers, who goes short to Fitzgerald. He's going to cut across field in the half-back line and find Thomas McMahon. Now McMahon's going to keep sending it that way as he looked for Lachlan Hires, but he doesn't get it, and Manly with the quick turnover again. Great tackle though, that was a fantastic tackle. It's play on, and Manly, they come up with it, and he's going to be called for ball here, surely. Yes, he is.
Holding the ball to decision. And play on quickly do the Bombers. Down the line, they've got some space now. In fact, it's chopped off there by Robertson for the Wolves. And another forward foray just thwarted by the Manly Warringah Wolves. This one's touched off the boot. What can they do here, North Shore? Now it's Manly away with it. They've got the run at the moment. Kicking that on there was Johnson. Down the line in the shadows here at Weldon Oval. And this one's gone out of bounds on the full. And kick will come back. So just a little bit of time now for the Bombers to reset.
Well, they've got numbers for the switch on, Craig. If they can move it quickly, which they have. And this is Meldrum, I think it is. He's got a bit of space and a bit of time. That's Vajavandi there. Oh, should have taken it in. Great pressure from Thurr Garland. Vajavandi goes again. Oh, Vajavandi throws Thurr Garland into the turf. But Manly once again somehow come away with it. Meldrum with a missed tackle. Handball up. Here comes Kilpatrick. Kilpatrick's down the line and he's looking for Washington. Just couldn't get the mark. It's going to roll through for a behind.
Umpires letting a lot go this afternoon. There was 3 or 4 there that could have been called high. Umpires decided to let them play, which is what we like to see.
Oh, it's great to see, Craig.
And now the Bombers just having this all sorts of trouble getting this one out of defence. And once again the ball's turned over. Now with Burke. Throws it on the boot. Top of the square. Coming down now. Plenty of Bombers around this. Wason brings it in. Hands off to Meldrum. Meldrum now gives it off to Carruthers. Carruthers now has to give the quick handball. They're under all sorts of pressure, the Bombers. Now, what can they do? And the ball's out of bounds. A great tackle. McMahon, it was, taken over the line. And we'll have a boundary throw in. Manly at the moment applying all sorts of pressure on the Bombers.
Yeah, plenty of spice in this contest, Craig. It's become the local derby, hasn't it?
Certainly is. These two teams, of course, with Manly coming into the Premier Division. This one smothered off the boot. Meldrum has to get away to Wason. Wason now gives it on to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald now with a scrubby-looking kick, and this one will be turned over again. Thurr Garland with the ball.
Thurr Garland now, he's got plenty of options. Washington always lurking as ever. Levi Branger, there's a short option here. Number 29, Boscheider. Just missed him, but Boscheider, he's going to get the ball here. What's he going to do? He's got to play it towards the wing, but he's going to go back safely under pressure, though. Handball away quickly by Pigeon, but Bombers with an opportunity. Thrown on the boot, though, under pressure, and Pearson could gobble this up. He doesn't. Daniel Pearson, though, got the crumbs, and he's going to send it forward 50 again. Easy mark for North Shore.
Yes, it's being played at a cracking pace. They're not leaving anything in attack as they end up both going to the finals. Both of these teams want the weekend off, that's for sure, as the Bombers go forward again. Looking there, and it's come off hands to Kosh. Staunch defender for the Wolves team. Their hands off to Kilpatrick. Kilpatrick's got a player wide. It's Armitage, I think, leading the play. In fact, it's not. It's Burke. And the ball goes out of bounds. Not a lot of space here at Weldon Oval to play with, and that one finds the boundary line.
Yeah, just seeing Dale Fitzgerald come off in the background here. Looks a little sore. We'll monitor that as the ball comes in. Once again, it's the big boys tussling for it, and North Shore had the first opportunity, didn't take it cleanly. Connor Pedersen around the corner. He only found a North Shore play, but fortuitously, and straight on the boot by Anthony Robertson. Goes out of bounds. It's a small win for Manly, and Anthony Robertson, wasn't he fantastic last week versus St George?
Certainly was, and started this game well as well. Plenty of one-on-one contests around the ground at the moment, and this one almost locked in the Manly forward line. They need to get a couple of more scores on the board, really, to take advantage of this dominance early in this game. They're having to work a lot just for a little.
It's not transmitting.
Yeah, well,
Sounds there, no transmission.
So we set up.
Ball goes up now. Bombers with the big punch. North Shore. And it goes forward. Great tackle, though, by Manly. It was Robertson, that man again. The umpire's going to have it. Is he? Yep, no, it's gone to Manly now. So Manly with another opportunity. Craig Pigeon. He's going to go short here. Nice little kick and a great little kick. And it's found Robert Hart, who's already kicked one this afternoon. And Robert Hart with another opportunity to further extend Manly's lead. We mentioned there's not much of a breeze to speak of. And he kicks straight enough. This will be good enough. Robert Hart with an opportunity to put Manly 17 points clear early in this clash for the minor premiership. He moves in off the left boot. He didn't really hit it that cleanly, and it's just missed for a minor score. We see Manly now 1-6-12. Lead North Shore Bombers yet to score. And Meldrum now with the kick-in again once more. He's going to have to do a bit better with his kick-ins, Ryan Meldrum, of course, the former Balmain Tiger, and he goes short, and he's found Wason. Wason's going to hold it up. Wason decides to go long now. It's going to be a 2-on-2. Manly players get the punch to it. It comes down in the hands of Martin. Martin flung to the ground, though, by the Wolves. They're swarming on these Bombers this afternoon as the ball goes forward now, and a big punch at the top there from Wason again, who's been highly involved, and we've got another ball in. Manly once again perched forward. Just been a little wasteful with their kicking so far, but still in a commanding position as the Bombers get boot the ball. It goes forward now. Picked up by Jack Hawkins. He finds Koch. Koch trying to evade the tackler. I don't think he can. And that's a great tackle. It's going to be rewarded. And they certainly need that North Shore. So Koch just caught with it there, and North Shore, they don't muck around. They go forward. It was actually Brassel coming in, who's had a fantastic season. And Bombers now with a bit of territory as they move forward to the 50. But the umpire's got a holding call on one of the North Shore players. And Manly going to switch it up now, and the ball comes away, and it goes to David Stroud. Stroud doesn't muck around, and he goes straight to Pearson. Daniel Pearson, he's been good in the ruck so far. He's usually a defender, but he's doing a fantastic job, and Pearson puts it on the left foot and goes forward. He's looking for Washington, but it comes down the Bombers. Oh, big hit and back play, and the Bombers come away now. Here they go. It's Wason again. Wason goes towards the boundary line, picked up, nice handball over the top. Could have got a 1-2 Wason, but it's picked up by Connor Pedersen, and Pedersen puts it on the boot and sends it forward. Meldrum's there. But what a mark by Leon Washington. Washington, he goes forward. He's going to go short here. Just couldn't hit Armitage. And, fantastic work from Washington. Just couldn't hit the target, unfortunately for him. And fortunately for the Bombers, we're going to see a boundary throw, and you see a plethora of interchanges in the background. Kilpatrick about to come on for Manly. A few Bombers coming on, including Lachlan Hyres, as they come away with it now, the Bombers, and there's a nice little short kick that's just picked out Daniel Shaser, and we've got a 50-metre here. It's a great kick from Vashavandi to find Shaser, and then we've got a 50-metre, so perhaps just what the doctor ordered for North Shore. Now Shaser's going to go to the boundary side. Nice kick. Is the mark going to be paid? It arguably could have. Evan Davis is around. It's going to come out now through Bunkle. And Bunkle's going to get the hands off, and Manly, they're still going to pepper this wing, are they? No, he's shaped too, but then he goes across field. Does Ryan win? And now Manly with the ball again. Great tackle, play on. The ball's going to trickle over for another boundary throw-in. So Manly, as we said, 1-6-12, leading the North Shore Bombers yet to score. North Shore with a slender lead of 2 points. Coming to this final regular season game as we play for the minor premiership here at Weldon Oval this afternoon. Big crowd, not a cloud in the sky. As the Bombers, they kick it forward again through Wason. Looking for the mark inside 50, couldn't get it. Once again, Manly with numbers. Their defence has been sensational. It's going to come away to Brassel. And Brassel switches up nicely, goes to Pearson. And he kicks wide now. Manly just going to slow it down and lead by 2 goals. They kick forward, but there's all Bombers there. Couldn't take the mark though, and it's going to umpire to ball it up now, and the Bombers, well, they certainly need some points on the board here. They're still yet to score. Manly 19 to the Bombers 0 at this stage as they go forward to Washington. I think it might have just bounced, but Meldrum's going to cut it off and keep it in. That's good to see. And Ryan Meldrum kicks it forward. It's quarter time here at Weldon Oval, and wow, what a quarter it's been. high intensity, high energy stuff here on a glorious day at Manly. Craig, great start for the home side.
Well, an interesting start of the game. It's been all Manly at the left-hand side of the screen. They've led the scoreboard 2 goals, but the more worrying sign for the Wolves is 2 goals, 7-19. But on the other side of the ledger, they've kept the Bombers scoreless in the first quarter. So this one's panning out to be a fantastic battle. We're going to take a short break. We're going to try and work out some of the issues we've got with our live stream. But we'll be back shortly with all the action from the second quarter. So we're back for the second quarter here at Weldon Oval. Very big crowd here on hand to witness this game. It's 1 versus 2. Winner will take top spot on the ladder. And it's a game that's certainly playing out to be worthy of these two opponents. Manly at the moment lead 2 goals, 7-19. Bombers yet to score. And it's going to be a good test of fitness as well this afternoon, with the temperature up around the 24-25 mark as we're underway in the second quarter. Ruckman will do battle on this one. Comes down but wrapped up in a tackle there, applied by Shattuck, as Manly just scrubbed this one forward. Now with Armitage, such an exciting player, hands it off, gives it there to Kilpatrick. Kilpatrick does well, goes back to Armitage. Now from just inside the 50-metre arc. Has he got the distance? No. Fall to the front of the square. Coming away with it now will be Murphy for the Bombers. Bombers, he'll go short and finds Martin. Now they've got a chance to run. What can they do here? Good tackle applied there. Just took it too easy, did Carruthers. And a good tackle there by Burke. Dispossessed him. And now it'll be Burke to have a shot on goal. He goes short. And it ends up in Pedersen. Pedersen hands off there to Hart, but the ball is offline. 2 goals, 8 now, the Wolves.
You're not the start North Shore would have liked there, Craig. Manly, gee, they've come out starting the second quarter just as they finished the first, and some nice passage of play there. Nice short passing, good handballs. Once again, just not able to finish, but it's not really... doesn't really matter at the moment because North Shore, they can't get a score on the board, but they come away with it now and they've got an opportunity as the ball's kicked forward by Shattuck. Now who's going to get it for the Bombers? It's actually going to be Mason who goes to Davis. That was Jack Davis, and it's just going to come back now for North Shore as they enter through Callender, who kicks it forward. Nice little punch there, spoiled the mark that was going to be Pearson's. Now Bombers on the boot forward at just about 5 or 10 metres out now, and the umpire's just called it back here, and I think it's going to go to Manly, Craig.
It is. It's in the arms there of Pedersen. Doing a lot of work up and down the ground. Now goes with the hands. They've got plenty of players around this. Almost a set play from the ruck there. We're going to use some rugby parlance. Now it falls down. Not taken there by McMahon. But the Bombers now will repel this. Shattuck with the kick down the line, and it's just wide. Out of bounds on the full.
I'd be shattered with that young Shattuck, but this is better from the Bombers.
Just not making the best of their opportunities. Just need to find a forward target there. Daniel Roberts, I don't think he's touched the ball as yet. The umpire's seen something here. What's he saying? It's got to be a reset the mark. So the big fella in Samuel Mason standing on the mark, having to push a few of the kids away from the boundary line, old school style, Drury. They go short to Kilpatrick.
Well, even at quarter time, you would have think it was full time. Everyone ran on the field at quarter time, Craig. That's such as the family atmosphere down at Weldon Oval this afternoon.
Kilpatrick goes down the line. Good front position there. And the tackle applied. Umpire lets it go. Could have been holding the man. And Burke not happy with his treatment. Goes in for a little bit more. The umpire will throw it in.
Yep, usual suspects there. Burke and Pearson always in there. And there's a bit of contact, so Manly trying to come away with it now. Attempted kick, it's going to come up end up in the arms of Boscheider, and he's swarmed on by Bombers. Going to be another ball up. Shattuck over there as well. And still just a little bit of push and shove. It's certainly just adding a little bit of spice to this one. As nice little tap down by Martin, but it went straight to Jimmy McDonald, and Meldrum's got it. He's going to take it out of bounds once again. Gets a bit of treatment, bit of gravy on top there by Ryan Wern rather, and the umpire to ball it in. Pearson versus Martin. We mentioned Martin with the height advantage, but Pearson, he'll niggle all day. Martin gets it first down, and here come the Bombers finally with a nice kick away through Douglas Haddon. He goes forward and just trying to keep it in the Manly play. Couldn't do so, but they've made about 30 metres there, North Shore. As we see Shattuck coming off the ground now, and we've got John Gray. Good news for him coming back on. We mentioned there was a lot of blood coming from his nose early. He's been strapped up. He looks like something out of Indiana Jones, but he's out there. That's the main thing.
Taking out the ruck there was Mason, but just threw it out after he'd got the ball. The umpire says you can't do that in our game. And Manly. Better signs early here for North Shore. just putting a little bit of pressure on in their forward half. The Wolves now having to resort to a switch. They run it out of the defence now. I like that, getting it out of the area by foot. They go long. Bunkle was the target there. It eventually gets to him. He hands off to Armitage. Armitage on the run, goes inside, gives it off to Bunkle again. Bunkle goes by foot, inside 50. Plenty of players around this one. And pushing back the Bombers' defence.
Evan Davis
has not a lot to go to there, so he has to give the handball. And now they look like they might be under pressure again. Stroud running onto that one. Hands it back to Bashida. Bashida goes top of the 50 arc, and the mark is taken. Good mark there. I think it's Robertson. It is. And Robertson will have a shot just outside the 50 arc. There's a good kick in there by Stroud. And now it's turned into a shot on goal for Robertson.
Well, they've got a player all on his own in number 20, Callum Johnston, but looks like he's going to have a shot here, Robertson.
They know this ground well, and Robertson now from long way out. He goes for distance, doesn't quite get hold of it, and it's off hands, through for another minor score. 2 goals, 9 now, Drury.
Yeah, look, the concerning thing is, Craig, when there is a shot on goal from about 50 metres from Manly, it's just too easy for them in players getting free inside the forward 50. I don't think they're as accountable as a coach would like at the moment, the Bombers, and they're certainly not manning up enough when the Wolves have a shot on goal.
Common mistake as they come back out now. The target there was Haddon. Just goes through his arms, trying to go back to Fitzgerald. Haven't seen the run we like to see from him. Now Carruthers is under all sorts of pressure. Umpire's seen something here. It'll be a free kick to Carruthers. Armitage it was who took it on. Had a shot, but it won't stand. Carruthers was taken high. Good battle between those two today, Armitage and Carruthers.
Well, the coach has had enough for North Shore here. He's about to inject Vajavandi back into the game, who's been a bit of an excitement machine this year. Let's see what spice he can add to the contest.
A little bit of a lull as Carruthers works his way back. Just treading water at the moment. He now goes lateral. And they've got a little space out here on the far side. Wanting to run it, and I like that. That's the way they're going to break the lines, but that's not how they're going to get it out of there. The ball goes wide. Not used to the confined spaces here of Weldon Oval, you think, Drury?
Is a little bit different to Gore Hill, but I think also just the sun playing a part. It's certainly contributing to a few drop marks in the heat. We've mentioned it many times in today's broadcast, but fitness is going to play a role in today's result, that's for sure.
Manly again on the run. Just a nice short little kick, and it's turned over to Manly. So Manly to Manly as a turnover. Put that one in the book. They go short now, and the kick's not a great one. It finds, it eventually gets back to Ron Wason. Wason loads up for goal. Has he got the distance? It's a fantastic shot on goal. That's from 60 out, Drury. What a goal.
Oh, what a ripper of a goal. Gee, they needed that, North Shore. That's going to lift them. Fantastic goal. Goal of the match. And all of a sudden, just like that, not only are they on the scoreboard, but they're within a few goals. Fantastic response from the Bombers.
Just see here some of the hard contested footy that's being played out there. Couple of tackles, plenty of players around the ball. And what a goal from Ron Wason. Just loaded up and got it through the middle for their first shot on goal and their first goal. So the margin back to 15 points here at Weldon Oval. We've played 8 minutes of this second quarter.
Looks like it's going to be Martin and Pearson going head-to-head again. Umpire about to bounce it. Goes up, and Pearson going early. Martin with an easy tap, but once again, as we've seen many times today, goes straight to Manly Warringah, and it's going to come out wide, I think, to Kosh. Kosh steps back in and pops it up. Pearson's all on his own here, if he can get it. Just a bit of pressure from the Bombers, and it's now a 50-50 ball as we see a couple of players going in there. I think it might be Carruthers.
Yeah, Carruthers it is, Drury, and he's just at the ground level and doing some good work for the Bombers, trying to work his team back into this side. Kilpatrick on the left goes forward. No target up there, but a good tackle applied by Roberts, trying to hold the ball in. Umpire said it was against the rules, and play on's the call. Now the Bombers are away. Manly, a whistle on play here. In fact, it's just for the mark. So Manly goes lateral. Now finds Callender. Callender goes forward inside 50, and there's going to be a free kick against the Bombers. In fact, it's not. It's going to the Bombers. A push out on the contest, and it's going to Mason.
Yep, Samuel Mason with an opportunity now. They could find themselves with 2 in a row here, the Bombers. Tough call. It was a 50-50 one. It's against Brassel. It lines up. It's going to come back to the left maybe here, Craig. It does. It just couldn't get the distance.
It's a free kick, I think. Whistle blow on play, and Manly are away. So some exciting stuff happening here at the moment, Drury. Bombers just slowly working their way back into this game. Manly now out of their defensive half. They go forward, but there's plenty of Bombers around this one. Pushing back onto it there is Murphy now, but it's ended with Washington. Washington on the left boot, trying to push him forward. Fitzgerald there for the Bombers over the ball. He's tackled and pressure applied by Armitage, and the ball will go out of bounds.
Yep, certainly a lower scoring contest than we would have anticipated thus far. Just indicates the desire from both teams to win this one, the minor premiership, and the closest of the contest. And we see a kick just going out in the full there by Manly, and they're going to come away quickly now, the Bombers. And it's Christopher Murphy who finds himself with the ball, and a nice easy kick forward, but Thurr Garland's going to cut it off here, and Thurr Garland could have had a shot on goal. He's going to chip it forward. He's kicked it forward to nobody though, Craig, and the Bombers are going to come away with it again.
Murphy it was with the sweeping handball over. Now they're trying to work their way out of the defensive half. Nice short kick, but once again running out of room. He's ended up in the creek there.
Evan Davis into the woods. Go for a swim in the river.
We get lost down there. They push forward. Martin now pushing into the ruck. He'll go up against Hart. Martin runs onto it. The short little throw in. Good handball there from Kilpatrick, comes out in there, working hard again, the Wolves. They go forward, top of the arc. Murphy overruns this one, goes to Washington. I think that's tracking it back. Good tackle there, and good contest, and they push it forward again, the Bombers. Not giving away anything here. Trying to work their way into it. Here's Davis.
Great work from Wason.
Calendar for the Bombers. And good work in there again from Shatcher. And they're trying to get themselves back into it. Handball through there from, it's Johnson for the Wolves. They go inside again, but running through, good work. And they're in the tack now, the Bombers. They go forward. Mason in the area. Excuse me, takes one on. Pushes through. And now they got it with Manly. Manly now with a little kick through. They're trying to find a way through.
That's great, showing plenty of courage, especially since he's been off. And Kilpatrick comes away with it. Gee, we saw lots of courage in that passage of play by both sides. There's Armitage. Armitage goes wide now, and now Manly have an opportunity. The twists and turns of this one continues. Pedersen was there, couldn't mark it. He's just come on the field. Meldrum with a big swing, no get. Meldrum with a second effort, and he might be wrapped up. And the umpires, no, the ball miraculously comes out to Christopher Murphy, who's put aside, and Manly could actually come away with this quite fortuitously. It's Boscheider in there. He's going to dish back to Robertson, and Robertson, well, we spoke about the woods, the creek and the trees. That's exactly where he's kicked it.
Just couldn't get enough back on it to try and swing it round. But some good attack, and the umpires obviously want them to play football. They don't want to be in there throwing the ball up. They'll let them play. Good run on this from Thurr Garland. Couldn't bring it down. Now the Bombers. That's through in there, I think Shatcher again. And this ball will go over the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw in.
Yeah, great work from Shatcher and also Ronald Wason. Those guys are really putting in for the Bombers and just really competing. Manly threatening to run forward every time. They've got so much run. The guys like Shatcher and Wason really providing a contest now as the ball comes down nicely for the Bombers through Lynch. Richard Lynch turned around. He went back to Meldrum. Now they're almost going to get caught here. Such is the pressure. Meldrum under siege with Thurr Garland over the top. Pedersen's in there as well. And once again they lock it in.
I'd hate to be doing tackle stats on this game at the moment. There's been plenty of attack on the football. It's a game that befits 1 and 2 on the ladder. All comes down and all straight away wrapped up in the tackle again. And Burke in there doing a ton of work for the Wolves at this stage. The 14-minute mark of this second quarter, with the Wolves leading by 15. This one's dispossessed, and plenty of players around this. No clean football at the moment, and the Bombers get it away. They go forward, just a quick hurried kick. One-on-one contest, good punch from behind. Pushing back there is Wason. He can kick it from outside the 50, he can't kick it from there. Goes inside, could have been a push. Umpire didn't see it. In fact, they did. Roberts has been Oh, and that'll be almost a 50-metre penalty by about 2 inches.
Well, Daniel Roberts needed to go forward and attack that football then, Craig. I'm sorry. He sat back, and the 2 Manly players wanted it more. They're the 2 that went forward, and they're the ones that drew the free kick.
That's the game that Roberts likes to play. He likes to play a strong, hard, contested mark in the forward line, and he doesn't mind working his player under the ball and trying to run back onto it. But on that occasion, the umpire said it was illegal. And we now have a boundary throw in centre wing. Meldrum doing the ruck work on this occasion. It comes down. Now they've got a little bit of space, the Bombers. Can they get this forward? Roberts will be the target again over the top of Mason. And we'll have a boundary throw in right next to the point post here. 15 minutes played, second quarter.
Yeah, well, Bombers, they'll be looking for a couple of goals before half-time, no doubt. They've been a lot more competitive in this second quarter. The ball comes in. Somebody get a quick boot to ball. It's punched forward. Brassell's going to be there. He's going to get to it. And Brassell takes it over the boundary line, almost deliberate.
Well, the North Shore players were pleading their case, but the umpire says, no, we'll have a boundary throw in. And plenty of players around this. All players forward of halfway at the moment. And it looks like Carruthers it is for North Shore, just playing a loose man in the back line. That can be dangerous if he can get himself up and push onto the contest. Comes through now, trying to run through there was Hayres. He's tackled off the ball. He might get a free kick here. He does. It's against Kosh, and Hayres will get a kick on goal here. And there'll be a chance to diminish this margin into single points. And you'd have to say it's been a good little fight back by the Bombers so far in this second quarter.
Yeah, certainly have. They're showing a lot more effort, a lot more commitment to the footy. We know Manly are going to be committed all day to the footy. But the Bombers certainly putting in a lot more in this second quarter.
Lachlan Hayres now comes in. Nice measured approach. Distance not an issue, and he got it through. So the margin's back to 9 points. The Bombers get their second on the board off the boot of Lachlan Hayres.
Yeah, it certainly doesn't feel like a 9-point game, does it, Craig? But the Bombers, they're the only team at the moment that are kicking straight in front of goal. And they'll just have to continue to take their chances to stay in this one.
Very much the Wolves leading by 9 behinds. And that's what they've kicked this afternoon. 2 goals, 9, 21. And 2 goals straight there. Fantastic kick by Wason from outside the 50 arc. And that one there from Hayres. So we're back in the middle, 17 minutes played, second quarter. And this one falls to the deck. Could have been taken high. Umpire said almost a duck in there, but Carruthers has done very well. He's a good little player, this Sammy Carruthers. And now what can he find? A good kick off the boot. Puts out in front there of Davis. And he just couldn't get the legs around and turn his body. And he'll dribble over for a forward boundary throw in right on the arc, and a very different result. They couldn't get the ball going forward at all in that first quarter, Drury, and now they're playing a lot of football in their forward half.
They certainly are, and finding a few Bombers players now without men. Jack Davis was all on his own there, and the ball comes wide towards the boundary. Going to see another boundary throw in now.
Excitement as they want to do some interchanges here, the Bombers.
Now Mason's going to quickly rush across to contest against Jack Graham for this one. Mason gets front and centre. Ball came down, it was a 50-50, but Manly have got it. Armitage, fresh from his wedding trip overseas. He's got his dancing boots on still as he evades a tackle, goes to Stroud. Stroud was taken high though. Manly Warringah free kick. I think it might have been Jack Hawkins. Jack Hawkins free kick for Manly as he looks to go forward. Pedersen's emerged by himself short, but Hawkins is going to go a little longer over Pedersen and almost taken down by Manly. Bombers are there. Washington wraps him up, and we'll see a ball up.
Good attack on the football on that occasion. Both sides. Now Martin doing a ton of work in the ruck now. Brings it down. Can they get a little bit clear? They can't find any space at all, the Bombers. Now with Pedersen dancing with the boundary line. And eventually it goes over. And a little bit of upset.
Oh, here we go.
This is what we've come to see. And as quickly as it started.
Well, Jimmy McDonald's come racing in with a huge shoulder for those who missed it. And, yep, it's just... There's a lot of passion in this game. It's good to see as the ball comes forward. And Bombers get the bounce. It's kicked forward by Hires. Hires brought in by Stroud, though. He gets the bounce. Stroud's going to pursue the football. Going back, though. He's got the footy, Stroud. He's going to kick short. And it's a beautiful kick as he finds his teammate in Callum Johnston. Now, Johnston's going to go back for Manly Warringah. Umpire tells him to play on. Johnston continues to pepper this grandstand side. There's a few players up there. Washington, Evan Davis. Oh, great hit there by the Manly player in Preachin. And, this game is just getting better and better by the moment, Craig.
Some fantastic attack. The boundary line was there. They could have used it, but not giving an inch either side at the moment. And now in the arms of Evan Davis. He goes long inside 50. Coming across the pack there was Thurgarland. Couldn't take the mark. Now they're under a little bit of pressure coming out of defence. Finds a player. Good handball up there to Pedersen. Pedersen goes back, but it falls in the arms of Callender. Callender now top of the squares. Found a player on his own. Couldn't track back there. Was Gray. Wearing the Gimp outfit at the moment is Gray. Trying to stop the stem of blood. They go back now. Davis to Meldrum there. Handball was hot. Jacob Graham there. Two teammates, former at North Shore. Graham and Meldrum. Now Fitzgerald's away. Throws on the left boot. Top of the square. What can he find? Roberts in the area. And it goes over for the first minus score. North Shore 2 goals, 1-13. They trail by just 8 points. As we take a breath here, Jury. It's been played at a cracking pace. And Manly just chipping it around, trying to get it out of the area. They've got a player on now. Kick's not a good one. Falls at the back. Good, nice little touch on there. Very deliberate was that one. And it was Hawkins running onto it. They're working their way, having to do a ton of tackling on the Bombers at the moment. Hawkins in the area again. Shatcher goes to Bombers now away through Carruthers. Good little kick from the Carruthers, goes forward. Now it finds another teammate. Playing with the boundary line again. They're just running out of room here, Jury. Let's make it twice as hard, twice as wide, and just let them play forever.
This is fantastic football. Two sides worthy of 1 and 2, worthy of the opportunity, the minor premiership, and North Shore certainly lifted their intensity. Manly, they've just kept their intensity the whole game. They always play hard and tough, but North Shore is certainly not dying down at the moment, and it's a real effort at the moment for both sides to get at their forward 50.
You get the feeling that North Shore came out expecting to play a bit of a see-me-see-you game, see what's going on, see what's on offer. And, well, Manly had a different idea. They came out all guns blazing. And, well, North Shore, you'd think, have stepped up to the markers as they get it away now. The Wolves, nice long kick inside 50. Plenty of Bombers here now. Murphy tracking this one back. Just puts on the afterburners, and umpire's seen a free kick for attempted trip. And he's been reported and sent off. Wow. That's going to hurt. That's Washington, I think it is.
It certainly is, Leon Washington, just for a trip on Christopher Murphy there. It seemed quite innocuous for a yellow card from first impressions.
I think so, but there'll be a tribunal during the week to work that one out. And they don't need our special comments on that one, Jury, especially going into finals. They
certainly don't. They certainly don't. As the ball goes wide to Meldrum, though, they might want your footage, though, Craig. As Meldrum goes forward, but it's cut off by Manly. And Manly going to get an opportunity now. So we've seen Leon Washington leave the field. North Shore not taking advantage of that free kick there. And Manly now through Brassel.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I mean, I was trying to stop him there, but really, I mean, if he'd actually affected the trip, it might have been a different story, but he almost completely missed. But they'll be sweating on that one, the Manly Wolves. And
Pedersen.
They've regrouped here now, and Pedersen. See the boys on the hill out there. They've got plenty of support for the home side. I'm assuming that. I can't see any colours to say either way. As Pedersen hands off. Now with a big long kick on goal. Hasn't got the legs, hasn't got the distance, and the Bombers will rush it through. 2 goals, 10 now to Manly. 2 goals, 1 to the North Shore side.
And they'll be happy to rush it through all day, North Shore. They'll just keep rushing the behinds as long as they can keep straight. They'll be right in this as Wason goes high. He doesn't come down with it, though, and Thurgarland, no surprises, gets a footy again. Shattuck's had a crack at it, but they're going to come away through Robertson now. He's going to have a crack for Manly. It looks good, Craig. Oh, Robertson's nailed it.
What a great kick on goal. Robertson picked up the loose ball and then slotted it through the middle, and that hurts. And the margin now out to 15 points.
Well, Anthony Robertson, we've seen some wayward kicks this afternoon, but he's just showed his teammates how it's done. Kept it low and just put the ears back and kicked it straight as an arrow on the angle with pressure, and a nice goal. And all of a sudden, Manly 3-10-28, North Shore 2-1-13.
Well, into time on in this second quarter, in the shadows of half time, and I reckon we'll see a massive kick to kick at half time, Jury, as there's plenty of families, plenty of people down to see this clash between 1 and 2. Manly lead by 15. Martin Graham will go at it. This one favours Martin. The umpire has a look and doesn't want to bring it back. Well, that's just ridiculous. As they go forward again, I'd hate to see that going into finals, Jury. That one was desperately favouring the North Shore ruckman, and the umpire didn't bring it back. Now with Pedersen. Pedersen on the right boot. Kicks it inside, and a mark will be taken by Robertson. In fact, it's not Robertson, it's Brain. Levi Brain tracking the ball back. And, well, right on the shadow. In fact, after the siren.
Oh, this is going to hurt, Craig.
A chance to take the margin out to 21 points. And you'd think he'd have to kick it from here. As he comes in. Levi Brain. Spent some time at North Shore. Throws on the boot and he's hit the post. 3 goals, 11. The margin 16 points at half time. And that's an opportunity missed. And it's almost the story of the day for the Wolves in front of goals. As just watch a little bit of what's going on. It's getting a little wheeling out there. But I think they're split up now, and they'll go into the rooms with the margin at 16 points. It's been a cracking game of football so far. Manly right on top, but they've had every opportunity to put this one to bed, and they haven't done so yet, with North Shore hot on their tails. 3 goals, 11. Manly Warringah 29. North Shore 2 goals, 1-13. And Drury will take a short break here at Weldon Oval. We've got plenty of football to go, and it's a cracking afternoon of AFL Sydney football. It's the Wolves by 16 at half time.
Boys watch the game.
I need to piece That's like 30 seconds ago. That's not like you, like in my position,
Let's do it, and then just pull. I'll carve it, and then I'll carve it, and then you're you go to the grand final, right? Tam, we've got to get Big Girl to come to the grand final tomorrow. You're going to audition? Yeah, we're going to come. Oh, she's going to hate me. She's got that question done. You should be right. Do you reckon? Not tomorrow. I'll show you do it.
Oh, yeah.
You get the ball. You get the ball.
It's one where we did like 3 battles. And then we did another 10 laps.
Make sure I did it in front of you. Yeah, well, Nina told me. Nina told me all about it, and you were like, just going, you're just embarrassing. we're back in those days. We're back in those days. Oh, the one.
Come over here with your mates.
Maybe that's weird that she
Can I tell you what happened after?
that's weird. That's just weird. This is so funny because she knows they are home. Yeah,
Jumped on, getting on one side, jumped on. As soon as I went horizontal, I just passed out. I was on top of her. She goes, I was wet. I was so tired. It was great to keep warm. It was pretty cold that night. Then I realised it had this dead weight on me.
they run like 26 kilometers. Imagine bringing the cheese.
I'm really going to sleep right now.
That's a long way.
As soon as I got so tonight, before we get the door, she grabs me by the lips and pulled us down.
Yeah, no, you can
Let me rest for 1 second. Well, Sydney Geelong is well, they're already in, aren't they? They're sitting around, right? No, you don't losing points for the day. They're losing points for the day.
Yeah, they're always pushing and shoving.
He's a good boss.
That's expensive, Ocean.
We're going to leave the kitchen, but everywhere else, we're going to spend that under.
Yeah.
As we get set for the second half here at Weldon Oval, it's 1 versus 2. The winner will take the week off going into the final, so a lot to play for here between these two sides. But at half time, Manly Warringah lead by 16 points. Had a chance to extend that even further right after the siren, with Levi Brain spraying it, hitting the post. So they'll rue that a missed opportunity, as along with the other 11 missed opportunities, Drury, as we've seen in that first half.
Yeah, certainly. Look, the Levi Brain miss, one of those moments where you'd hate to think we're going to look back on that, and that could be a contributor to the result, but certainly didn't stop Manly from their buoyant mood. We saw them coming off at half time. They were on the move, they were jumping around. They're certainly happy with their first half, and I think that last one goal won by Manly really did deflate the Bombers heading into the shed. So, I mean, this game has the potential to blow right open, Craig. Manly certainly feeling very good about themselves.
Just set for the second half.
Ball goes up now. Graham goes in for Manly and gets it favourably to Pedersen, who kicks it straight in, and straight away we've seen an early mark here to Manly. Looks like
Robert Hart.
It's Robert Hart, is it? He's already kicked a goal today. And Robert Hart looks like he's got nothing else on his mind, Craig, but going back and slotting this one for 6 points.
A good start to the quarter if they can. As Hart lines out a kick from just outside the 50 arc. Connects now, looks like it's fading a little bit to the left, but doesn't have the legs, and the mark's taken on the last line of defence there by McMahon. McMahon goes inside, wanting to go a little bit central now, North Shore. Happy to move the ball straight down the middle. That's a good kick out there in front. The bounce doesn't favour. I think it's Haddon there, and could have been pinged for holding the man. The umpire didn't see it. Manly are away now. Wern goes inside, finds Pedersen. He's looked good this afternoon. Goes wide. Plenty of players on offer here, and it's in the arms there of Robertson. With the word that Washington still serving a 15-minute break due to an attempted trip in that second quarter. Robertson goes forward. Fitzgerald, well, he's been such an exciting player over the years, has to get rid of this one. Carruthers now goes with the hands. Will try to get it back. This time it goes backwards. It gets it back. Manly now cans it inside. Fitzgerald, his kick smothered right on the line. And in close proximity to the first line of supporters here at Weldon Oval. And we'll see a boundary throw in.
G. Pedersen's been good, hasn't he, Craig? He came up with that smother then. He just seems to be everywhere. First to the ball for the Wolves side as Graham pats it down to Pedersen, and then Pedersen follows with a tackle, but the Bombers are away with it now. And here comes Wason. Wason goes over the top with a nice little hand pass to Hires. Hires kicks it for Shaddix, looking for Shaddix. And good hustle there. I think it was Koch, nephew of Craig. Nephew of David.
Koch to just get that one over the boundary line. But nice ball movement from the North Shore Bombers.
Do you think David's got one eye on the Port Adelaide game and one eye on this game?
I think he might have two on the Port Adelaide game, just out of interest. Good work there by Mason at the back of the ruck contest. Push the ball forward, and we'll see another boundary throw in. Plenty of people here at Weldon Oval. You can see them just almost encircling the entire ground here. Plenty of kids down there. What a beautiful day to come down and watch a bit of football too, I must say. As the ball comes in, Mason goes up against Graham. This one goes to the Wolves. Comes back to Wason. Just took his time to load up. Now with Meldrum. Meldrum goes back to Davis. I think it was Haddon. Haddon goes inside. There's a whistle on play. Umpire's seen something. It's against Roberts, I think, and went to Manly, but the play on has been called. And they're away again now, the Bombers. The handball's not a good one. Lane's in the arms of Wern. Wern's kick over, just hits the deck. Armitage's trying to track this one back. He'll try still. He's got three people to try and beat. He gets there eventually. Now Bombers go forward, and just out in front there, couldn't bring it in, was Roberts, and tries to get back on it. But good work there from Lynch. They're still under a bit of pressure here. Back to Lynch. Lynch now goes down the line. Good punch from behind there from Fitzgerald. Brings the ball to ground. They're working their way back now. In there is Hayres. Now he's dispossessed. A good tackle again from Fitzgerald. Plenty going on around this football at the moment. Coming away with it is Hart for the Wolves. He goes back. There finds Bunkle. Bunkle back to Hart. They're under pressure. They're working their way back. They sort of come back to where they started from now. Ball comes to the ground. Pedersen with a nice kick over the top. Now bouncing well. Wason will track this one back. Wants it to stay inside. It does. Now he goes laterally, and he's got a good kick there. Finds Calendar.
Oh, take a breath, Craig, as Charlie Calendar. He kicks it forward now. The Bombers with a great opportunity. He bombs it forwards now. Going up for it. Oh, great mark. That's Daniel Roberts.
Yeah.
Fantastic mark from Daniel Roberts, and he's got his first shot on goal today. Craig didn't think we'd be saying it in the third quarter, but a good opportunity for Daniel Roberts, who's been such a stalwart for this North Shore Footy Club.
Yeah, they want to see the ball in his hands a little bit more often. Just drop a few things up here on the bird's nest. Roberts.
He's been around for, over 10 years now, Daniel Roberts?
He has. He kicked 56 goals for the season, second on the ladder at the moment. Hasn't added to that so far. Rory Miller from Western Suburbs currently leading the goal kicking. Roberts now goes back. Nice kick off the boot. Umpire's doing a little bit of work. He sprayed it right, so proved me wrong. 2 goals, 2 now North Shore. And they're the sort of opportunities they need to convert if they want to work their way back into this game.
Been impressed with number 36, Daniel Shasha, too, Craig, from the Bombers today. I thought he's shown plenty of heart, as has number 16, Jared Shattuck, as Manly come away with it now. They've absorbed the behind. They got away with that lightly. A miss from Daniel Roberts, and what can Manly do with it? The kick-in's not bad. As the ball comes back, Kosh with the handball. Might be Armitage.
It is. Armitage is away. Has one bounce. Can't do that, umpire. And they're away now. It was good work there. I think it was Carruthers that took it away from him. Now they go forward again. Roberts with another opportunity. This time under a little bit of pressure. And just to the left-hand side.
He just missed that, Daniel Roberts. Unlucky. Good rebound footy from North Shore now, as they look to hit back after that early goal from Manly. Kosh leading. He goes the other way. The kick in, but Daniel Roberts coming across with a good attempt at spoil there. Manly still with the ball though, however, and they come centre field and push it long into the 50. Now it's going to clear the pack. This could be an opportunity. It's a race to the footy. A touch there by one of the Bombers. Might be Chris Murphy inside to Ryan Meldrum, and they're going to come across now to the number 21 for the Bombers in McMahon. McMahon's going to go down the line, but I think it's going to be out on the full.
Don't want to put it out on full right there. You cop the Bronx cheers from every Manly supporter in the town. And the ball now with Robertson of the Wolves. Sizes up his options. And in the end goes long. What's on offer here? Tracking it back there. Murphy, good track. And make sure that one goes over the boundary line. And Armitage hasn't seen a lot of it today. As we said, was over in I think it was Hawaii during the week, last weekend, for a friend's wedding. Just trying to find his feet again as we head into finals. Robertson now with the ball. He's wrapped up. Nothing on offer here. There's tacklers on tacklers on tacklers. And we'll have a a ball up from the umpire.
Yes, great opportunity here for Manly to kick another one as they come away with it now. Just fumbling the ball, but just great tackle there by Haddon. And the umpire is going to want to ball this up again. So crucial that the Bombers hold Manly at bay here and strike back. We've already seen an early goal from the Wolves. Bombers need to hang tough and clear this ball as soon as they can. It's not looking promising at the moment now with Burke in there. And a couple of other Bombers for another ball up.
You just get the feeling they've just been playing catch-up football ever since that first quarter. Manly had a real opportunity to put the Bombers away, and we could have been calling a very different game had it not been from some wayward kicking. But the Bombers are still playing that catch-up football, and they just can't seem to get themselves ahead. And this one's, well, it's actually a rebound off the Manly player.
Boscheider it was.
Yeah, it was a kick from Meldrum off Boscheider's foot to then be out on the full. So unlucky there, but lucky for the Bombers. Meldrum goes to Wason.
Wason away now. He's been another fantastic one. Got a little kick short, no high call, but the Bombers have still got it as Manly push forward, but the mark is going to be taken now by Manly. That's Zach Manley for North Shore. Now his kick isn't taken, and Brassell's going to get the bounce here for Manly. They're going to rebound. They're close to the centre square. However, it was smothered there by Haddon, and ball's come back into Manly, and they're going to kick it forward. And we can see there are a couple of players, but once again a boundary throwing.
There's a good second effort there from Robertson for the Wolves. Had his kick initially smothered, but had the wherewithal to get back on it, but his second kick just too wide, and out of bounds was the result. And it's just going to be tough this afternoon. They've only kicked 2 goals for the game, and, well, Roberts hasn't kicked any. He's got to be their option, North Shore, if they want to get themselves back into Murphy. I've liked his game so far. He's wrapped up. Carruthers to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald now has to go with the right boot, trying to bring it back. One-on-one contests around the play. Manly have got this one. Good running there from Bashida. Just left his man and was attacking the football. Now he gets it back to Thurgarland. Thurgarland under pressure with the handball. The handball comes up again from Brain. Another good tackle there. It's very wheeling around this. Zach Manley now with the ball. Has to give off the handball. Gives it over. Umpire says you ducked into that one.
Certainly
and they're
did.
still under pressure. Pedersen. Now in there is Meldrum. He's been good as well. Got his kick away. Just trying to get the Bombers going forward. And now they wheel through Manly.
Daniel Roberts now goes up for a great mark from Roberts. This could be exactly what the Bombers need. Roberts puts it forward. Should be a mark, and is, to Samuel Mason, and he centres the ball, and a fantastic play. He goes straight to Lachlan Hyres, who's already kicked a goal this afternoon. He just needs to go back and kick through this and kick straight.
Good work there from Mason for the Bombers. He was under pressure with the mark, was able to just hold his ground, make sure of the mark, and then had enough time to really settle on the kick, and he's hit up Hayres, and Lachlan Hayres now with a shot on goal.
Not much breeze, Craig. You'd think if he kicks straight, he kicks good here. Looks good too.
Hasn't got the legs. We all just held our breath waiting for a signal, and Manly are away. And I thought I sort of heard another whistle. Must be from a far field.
I think it's for North Shore here.
No, there's play on the
No,
call.
play on Pedersen.
Pedersen with the ball. Balks the kick, has to go quickly with the handball. They're under pressure now, the Wolves. Stroud with the hurried kick going forward, and Meldrum, the veteran, has taken this one, and he will drive them into attack again. Meldrum now, top of the 50-metre arc. Kosh stands his ground. He couldn't bring it in. Now coming away. Good work there from Robertson. Drives them long. They got one out. Graham running onto this one, and he went for the man.
Great courage, Craig.
Fantastic carries there from McMahon. As you could just see him, Jacob Graham was out of the contest, decided he would try and take out the player, but McMahon stood his ground.
And rewarded accordingly too, as Brassel is going to take this one over the boundary line.
Good work at both ends of the ground. You get a sense also, Drew, this is a very different game being played here at Weldon Oval. A smaller ground. Both sides are able to just play that elastic sort of field where they just push their backs up, push their forwards back, and put plenty of numbers around the football. It's going to be a very different story out there at the open fields of Blacktown International Sports Park as we go into finals, you'd think.
It certainly is, and that's Manly's game, isn't it? They just put numbers at the footy, they play hard, get their hands on the footy, and then they support each other well. They certainly know how to play this ground very well. North Shore, they just probably took a quarter to adjust to the field today, but you talk about feelings, Craig. I know it's early. I get the feeling the next goal is crucial. Whether talking single digits or Manly have got quite a buffer.
Well, 14 points is the margin at the moment, and it's not been out much further than that at all this afternoon. And yeah, you're probably right there, Jury. If Manly can get a buffer of about 20 points, it's going to be very hard for North Shore to come back. We can almost see it's very hard to score goals here this afternoon. As tracking it back there was Bandy for the Bombers. And the ball trickles over. We'll have another boundary throw in. See the supporters have decided to swap sides, come across into the sunny side. It's got a bit cold over there drinking the beers on the far side of Weldon Oval. This one, no one really at the fall of this one. Kosh doing well, tries to use his strength and does so. Puts out in front of Armitage, can track it back, looks good, has a bit of a run. Armitage now with the handball. They took him out, but it's okay. Thurgarland now running onto it. This is a good setup. Thurgarland on the shot on goal, and you might be right, Jury. They've got one now. The margin, 20 points.
Oh, great play from the Wolves. The crowd has erupted here at Weldon Oval, and Thurgarland, one of their favourite sons, a cold hero here at Manly. He's put it through nicely. Great supporting play. Armitage taking on the defenders, drawing, passing. Thurgarland, he made no mistake.
Plenty of work now to do for the Bombers. Well set up there by Armitage. Just tracked the ball back, had enough presence of mind to just wait for the ball to bounce up to him. Got it, dished off the handball, and Thurgarland, the recipient, was able to run into an open goal and did what many of his teammates hasn't been able to do now and split the middle. 4 goals, 11-35. 2 goals, 3-15. And it's been a tight scoreline, not a lot of scoring on offer, but fantastic to watch.
Certainly is, Craig, and well, we'll soon find out how crucial that goal was as Pearson wins this one against Martin, and Pedersen kicks it quickly out of the pack, but back there was, I think it might have been Christopher Murphy again, Craig. He's been fantastic, and a kick forward now, and the Bombers, they got an opportunity. That might have been Murphy who just kicked it then. He's in trouble here. He's in trouble. Did he get it away? It was Shasha. He's been fantastic today, but umpire says he didn't.
I reckon they're struggling with the small confines of Weldon Oval, North Shore. Their home ground out there, Gore Hill, very much a cricket oval. Plenty of wings to play with. Oh, that's a good kick in as well, and Washington's back on the field, so another good sign for the Wolves. But just following up on that point, I just think they're struggling with the amount of space that they don't have here at Weldon Oval. And, well, the local side obviously knowing exactly how this ground plays. Washington now with a shot on goal. Has he got it there? It's a great kick from the boundary line, and another one to the Wolves, and they're out to a 26-point margin, and they're right on top in this game.
Well, Leon Washington, he didn't muck around, did he? He hasn't been back on the field for long. He's had a couple of difficult shots on goal today, hasn't he? So that's probably given him some good practice, and he made no mistake. That was arguably the most difficult of them all. No mistake there in Manly. Well, they just want this minor premiership more at the moment.
Might be they've all booked a holiday for next week, Drury, and they just need to make sure they've got the week off.
I'm sure Armitage's looking to get back to Hawaii, isn't he?
Haven't seen much of Armitage today, which is probably a good thing for the Wolves at this stage. Plenty left in the tank. He's been much an exciting player of this competition as he's come up into the Premier Division this year. As they move forward again now, Manly. Now with Robertson. Robertson with the right boot. And they've got another one. And this one's almost over.
Anthony Robertson. Geez, kicked a couple of nice goals on the run today. He's done so again there and straight away. They're not necessarily winning the tap from the bounce in the ruck, but they're still getting the clearances, the Wolves. And they're not mucking around with it either. And Anthony Robertson has just followed up Leon Washington's cracker. And Manly, well, they're out to a 32-point lead.
Well, you got the sense that something was going to happen. And either way, it could have gone, but it seems to have fallen the Wolves' way. That's actually a proper pronunciation. And now a free kick to North Shore. And they desperately need something now, the Bombers.
I'm going to put you on the spot here, Craig. Have we ever seen a team up in division take out the minor premiership the next year?
1913 was, I have no idea, Drew. It's, beyond my scope. As Manly now push forward. Well, certainly not in the AFL City competition. We've seen a number of sides promoted over the relegation and delegation system over the last couple of years, but certainly nothing as sensational as this. They've had a fantastic year. Was talking to one of the board members here at Manly before the game. They came in expecting to maybe win 5 or 6 games for the season. Well, they've well surpassed that, and they're well on their way to locking up a minor premiership, which would have been so far beyond the dreams of this Manly Warringah club as they took their promotion into the Premier Division football. 7.5 minutes played, and they're 32 points up against a club like North Shore with such a long tradition in Premier Division football, and the newcomers on the block have got them up on the ropes.
I don't think we've ever seen a game in recent memory anyway, Craig. We've seen such a wonderful array of tackling. It's been some fantastic tackles this afternoon. We just saw a few there in quick succession from Warren Burke and Jack Davis, but certainly some fantastic tackling work on display here.
Exactly right, and if it's a precursor to what we'll see in the AFL Sydney final series, then bring it on. Let's see more of it, as now they're trying to push forward. Good work there by Callender. His kick smothered off the boot. Tracking it back was Wern gives it over to Armitage. Armitage on the left. He's been felled after the ball, and it'll be a downfield free kick.
It's on here, Craig.
And they didn't like it.
We've got 2 men. We've got a couple of players down in back play too. And one of them's Armitage, as you mentioned. I think the other one might be Wason, Craig.
It is. Wason's down. Armitage is down. There's a lot of concern over Armitage. The ball, by the way, is in the arms of Jacob Graham. We'll just have a look at him as he takes the shot. A lot of tension around this football. Graham comes back. He wants to slot this one, and he does. And we'll keep an eye on this because plenty of concern for Armitage. He's up on his knees now. He should be okay.
Well, Jacob had a job to do, and he did that. And he's come straight in now, and he's having a crack at Jackson for the Armitage hit. But
well, umpire should throw this up and call him for 23 in the square. Just waiting for the ball to come back in. Sensational scenes here.
Well, it's going to be Jackson and Pearson in the ruck, so we'll keep our eyes on Jackson as to the treatment he gets from the Wolves players.
Armitage still out on the ground, able to shake it off. He just pushed forward. Fitzgerald's picking him up. And ball back in the centre. We have a little bit of a... You get the sense it's a calm before the storm.
Oh, you can just smell the finals in the air, can't you, Craig? We love it.
You were the North Shore coach. I reckon you'd be sending the message out there, nothing stupid. You almost give this one away, but you don't want to lose players going into the finals. Good kick in there from Vanjavati. He's offline, and we'll have a boundary throw in. You just don't want to see players rubbed out for finals, and the way this one's playing out, it could go that way if some of the cool heads don't prevail.
Well, certainly for Manly. I mean, there's only a number of games potentially left for Manly should they win this game with the week off. So
well, you'd have to say right now they're one game away from a grand final, and that'll be in the second week of the final series. So you can almost get rubbed out for one and be hard to find your way back into the side for the grand final if that's the way it plays out.
Exactly.
There's Vajavani again at the foil. This ball gives it up. Good work there. I think it was from Roberts. Gave it back to Fitzgerald. Couldn't find the handle. Now the Wolves attack. They push it forward, looking for the wing. This will be interesting. Coming back now, tracking onto it was in there was Jackson, and he got rid of it as soon as he got it. Now it's with Armitage again. Shows the ball and has run too far. And they let him know.
So the Bombers now with the ball. They kick forward. They're looking for,
Mason.
Wason again. Mason, rather.
Just to make it hard for you.
Yes, but Peterson's coming across for the tackle. Although they got the ball inside to Fitzgerald now, and he gets a hand pass away. Anthony Robertson back there to clean up the scraps, and he evades a tackle, and he's going to kick it long, looking for Third Garland, but they're outnumbered, and that man again, he's been one of their best thus far. Wason. We mentioned Mason. This is Ronald Wason. He goes inside to Shaddix. Shaddix runs forward, gets in a bit of a tricky situation, but still got the kick away. I think it might have been Evan Davis. He put it back. Vajavandi. Can Vajavandi evade the tackle?
Could be holding the ball. Umpire have a close look at it, and we'll ball it up.
Good tackle there from Jack Hawkins.
22 minutes played, third quarter, and Manly right on top. They lead by 38 points. A commanding lead considering the Bombers have only put 15 points on the board in total. This one is a quick kick off the boot, and it might bounce. It doesn't bounce for the way they want it. Zach Manley back there, and it will go over the boundary line for a boundary throw in.
Well, desperately need a goal here, North Shore. Still time. There's still time. They desperately need a goal and fast, though. 53 plays 15.
Just can't see them. I mean, all Manly have to do is maintain their level at the moment. They've given nothing away this afternoon, and goals have been almost like gold at the North Shore end of the ground. This is a good mark taken there by Davis. This is Jack Davis. They should have a go from here. They need goals. They need them quickly. Now plays on. Now that's put his teammate under pressure. Now they've turned it over. And Third Garland, he's had a great game and kicks them out of defence.
They just see this time and time again every week. Whoever's playing Manly, they just get less time. Whenever you play Manly, you know they're going to be somewhere about putting pressure on you. And it's just causing so many turnovers today for the Bombers.
And there's a free kick here. High contact will go to Manly. And the Bronx cheers from the Barrackers on the sideline. A lot of work on Weldon Oval over the years, and to try and fix up the surface. It has suffered a little bit this year, and apparently not done the full job yet. And I think one thing that really does lack, Drury, is a fence around the ground. It's very close for the supporters standing on the sideline and nothing to hold them back. Heaven forbid if something were to happen on the field. Shattuck now drives them inside. The kick, this turnover. It looks like
Pedersen.
The heads are down from the Bombers. They go forward again, and Jacob Graham's got this one. And the goal kicker of last will have another shot on goal. The big fella's pushed forward.
Well, he'll back himself here, Craig. He's a lovely kick. He kicked one earlier. And we spoke about the importance of that next goal quite some time ago. Well, since then, Manly got it, and the floodgates have just seemed to open up as Graham moves in. Can he kick his second? It's pretty high. I don't think it's going to have the distance here.
Well, back in Fitzgerald. And going to be thrown. In fact, the umpire's seen him holding the man. And he'll come back for Fitzgerald's free kick. Yeah, you posed the question, Drury, whether the next goal was almost the winner. I must admit, if you'd asked me who kicked the next 4 goals, I would have agreed with you and said it would have been over. And that's exactly what Manly have done. As Carruthers now goes up the ball. Now with Jack Davis, he plays on. Wants to move it quickly. Got a player on his own. In fact, there's 2 on 1. This will go against Roberts. Pushing the back.
Gee, that's a tough call, Craig, because I was watching Daniel Roberts there and he only had eyes for the footballs. Good body work from the 6. Probably a play on that one.
Robertson now. Robertson. And they've got it moving again. The Wolves. They go inside. Graham the target. Pack converges. Comes off. And the siren sounds. And the story of the third quarter, it's been all Manly. They've opened up the gates. They've started their... I think they kicked 5 goals straight that quarter. Jury in stark contrast to what they've done for the rest of the game. 7 goals, 11-53. They lead North Shore 2-3-15. Whilst we've got a few moments to catch our breath, Jury, what's your thoughts so far? I mean, did you see that fight back there from the Wolves to really open up the gates? Did you see that one coming?
Oh, look, certainly did. I mean, I think the Bombers have probably been flattered a little bit due to the inaccuracy of the Wolves early on in this game and certainly always threatening Manly. They did make some inroads in the second quarter, did North Shore, but certainly heading into half-time, Manly was certainly a lot more positive and the body language was there, and it was always just going to take a couple of goals. But North Shore will be interesting to see what they do now. Will they really go after this game and the week off, which is it's going to be a tough task, or will they take the foot off the pedal and think about next week?
Yeah, it's a question that you pose, and certainly if you were the coach, you'd be out there saying, look, we don't want to lose anyone. Injuries you can't control, but we certainly don't want to lose anyone to the tribunal as we go into this final quarter. Take the medicine, regroup. You've still got the second chance in the finals, but Manly, they look like they're going to play forward and get the week off. We'll take a short break here at Weldon Oval, with the story being that it's Manly Warringah leading by 38 points as they charge to the minor premiership. Confusion at three-quarter time, but we believe we've got the score right now. 7-11, which is what we had. 7-11-53 plays 2-3-15. What's showing on the scoreboard here, but well, it's been a sensational game, and despite what we've been saying, there is a possibility that Manly will end up second on the ladder, depending on a St George Pennant Hills game, which is being played as we speak. So we'll keep an eye on that and get a score through if we can. But in the meantime, we're underway in the final quarter here at Weldon Oval.
And just a bit of a scrap at the moment. We saw Pearson starting in the ruck, and Daniel Roberts has come in the centre to get a bit more involved. Just taking objection to a Pedersen tackle there, and it's good to see Daniel Roberts in there, Craig. And it looks like he's playing in the midfield at the moment as the Bombers, they clear through Wason, who kicks it high. And there's going to be a contest with Kosh flying high, and Shattuck was the first one to get there, but Kosh backed up well and put pressure on him and forced a turnover. They come away now, Manly, down the far side through Kilpatrick. Kilpatrick looking for Robertson. It was a great mark. And Robertson, he'll probably look to play on here. He's going to go short. And is it Armitage? He just dropped the mark. And it looks like there's a couple of Bombers there. The ball's going to come out. Now Armitage following up. Handball away, Meldrum's in there. He's going to go short. Daniel Roberts with a mark for the Bombers.
Yeah, we have seen Daniel Roberts push up in the midfield before, and it usually is in times when he just can't seem to find it going forward. But is it Robert and Peter to pay Paul as they lose a forward target? And the ball's over. And another little tit for tat here.
Here we go. It's on. Gray in front of the. Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
here we go.
Decision, that umpire. Very good decision. Holding the man was against
Angus Bunkle.
John Gray. Yeah. It was a good decision just to stop it. It was just escalating, and especially on this close side with so many people around it, umpire stepped in and stopped it off. Murphy, there he goes back now, and they get it out of the defensive half, the Bombers, and that's Shatcher has had a good game today, and the ball just pops over the back. Now Manly off Wern. Bunkle goes back to Bunkle. Bunkle comes across. Kick not a great one. Puts his teammates under pressure. Plenty of Wolves jumpers around this one. They've done well. Now it's with Pedersen. Pedersen comes out. Stroud. Nice kick inside. Just turns his player around a little bit. And Murphy back there tries to do the old flick pass to himself. And in the end gets hold with the ball. And it'd be a much different scoreline if it wasn't for Chris Murphy in the back line.
It certainly would, Craig. Christopher Murphy's been fantastic today at the back there, and he's going to look for another man who's been fantastic in Shasha, and it's come off Thurgarland's melon. That's a foul, cut straight off the head of Thurgarland, out of bounds, and we're going to see a boundary throw in here. Pearson's still in the ruck for Manly. He's going to contest the ball now, and he's going to go up for it. He's going to see another boundary throw in. And hasn't Pedersen been good today, Craig? He's been everywhere for the Wolves.
This has been very good, and here he is again, applying the pressure on Davis as they go forward. But once again, chopped off across half back, and they drive it along the Wolves. Looking there, and it's a great mark taken there by Washington. Washington swings round on the left, goes up looking for Graham. Graham gets rid of his opponent. Too strong! And too strong for John Gray. And Jacob Graham, the former Bomber, will go back and have a shot on goal.
Well, I applaud the umpire for letting that go. That's just a natural contest and great body work from Graham. So many times we see that called for pushing, but I'm just happy that Graham got away with that. And he makes no mistake, does Jacob Graham. As you said, Craig, the former Bomber, and just puts more misery now on North Shore's afternoon here at Weldon Oval. Manly now 59, leading North Shore 15. And we've already posed the question, but you do have to wonder at what point do North Shore start thinking about finals week 1?
Now. They have to start thinking this one's beyond them. They've kicked 15 points for the game, and they trailed by 44. And the other thing that's in their advantage, Manly, is their percentage won't improve by much, but it might improve by just enough. St George playing Pennant Hills today, a big win to the Dragons there, could actually propel them into the minor premiership. So Manly now, well, if they get a chance, they need to put on a big score. And it'll be St George versus Bombers. Armitage now runs through. Can't get it through, just go through the minor score.
And wouldn't that just be a huge shot injection of confidence in the arm for Manly heading into the finals, to think that they've beaten North Shore comprehensively in the last few weeks?
Certainly will. I mean, I don't think they're bereft of confidence at the moment. The Wolves have got plenty of it. It's just been slowly building and building throughout the season. The Garland at the bottom of this one. He'll take the kick. And just goes short. And a good kick. Now in the arms of Eric Burke. He looks up too far out to score. Goes short.
Daniel
Not
Roberts.
a great kick. And Roberts is back there for the Bombers. And you do get the sense that the sting's going to come out of this one, although in the back of the Manly Wolves' minds will be that percentage difference. And this one's wrapped up. Nearly 6 minutes played in this final quarter.
Ball goes up now. It's Mason with the tap forward. He finds Shasha. Shasha's swamped by Wolves. Mason and Pearson in. Oh, Pearson's just thrown Mason to the ground. What's Mason going to do here? That should be a free kick against Pearson there. Should definitely be a free kick against Pearson. He's just flung Mason to the ground, and I do not understand how that is a free kick to Pearson.
Didn't see it myself, mate. I was just looking down at my notes, and I'll take your word for it. And Murphy, the rock there in defence for the Bombers. Bandy, haven't seen much of him this afternoon. And that one's beautifully knocked over the boundary line by Stroud for the Wolves. We'll have a boundary throw in.
Been a couple of 50-50 calls the Bombers haven't been getting this last quarter, Craig, but they've just got to keep their composure and keep their cool. As you said, the last thing that they need, the Bombers, is having anyone report us. It's one of those games, isn't it, where somebody could quite easily get reported, as we've already seen.
There's a lot of feeling into this. This goes back many, many years. The Wolves, I'm sure, under the impression that North Shore have taken some of their best over the years, being that North Shore playing in the top league and Manly playing in the Division 1 competition. And now's their chance to get a little bit back. And right now, they're staking their claim. That kick's a chocker. It's all right, though. Pedersen was able to get it back. They're still under pressure, the Wolves, in their forward half. Swooping on this is Davis. He's disposed of as well. Pedersen in there, just sort of palms it off. They go forward again. Back there, that was Lynch for the Manly Wolves. Now it's with McDonald. He's now tackled. Good tackle there applied by Kosh. He's a tough footballer. He is Harrison Kosh. And we'll have a ball up. 8 minutes played, final quarter. Wolves by 45. This one's done and dusted. And we wait on the result from Pennant Hills to see whether the Wolves will in fact take out the minor premiership. In the meantime, North Shore have got the ball going forward. And Wason has now drifted forward. He'll apply the tackle. That's a throw, sir. And Wason will get the kick.
Go against Brassel.
He was in the attempt to to actually give the handball off, but was swung in the tackle. In fact, the kick will go to Douglas Haddon, and Haddon will go back. This for only their third goal of the afternoon. Haddon's kick is a good one and goes through, so they do get their third and reduce the margin to 39.
Yeah, just scraped that one in there, did Haddon, and it is important now for North Shore to finish this one strongly. Certainly momentum's going to play a big part in this final series, and certainly North Shore will be looking to finish this one off strongly regardless of the scoreboard at the moment here at Weldon Oval.
Margin 39 points. We played 10 minutes almost of this final quarter, and it's been all Manly right from the get-go. North Shore threatened to fight their way back into the game, but Manly, they really didn't leave the door open for them very long, and as such are now in ahead by 39 points in this fight for top spot.
As Pearson attempted to put on the boot, now it's going to come back to Hawkins, who pops it forward. Now the Bombers couldn't take the mark. Washington, he has an opportunity here. He'll make no mistake. Leon Washington, flanked by Armitage and co. Leon Washington, he's had an up and down day today, but certainly more highlights than not. And he'll love that one. Just went around the corner and put it through. Once again, a quick response from Manly, straight after a North Shore goal, and they're in cruise control at the moment now.
They are. Yes. Working a few things out here. 45 points to margin.
See Craig frantically on the phone in the background trying to get a response from Mike Kenny Oval. See what that St George Pennant Hill score is, which will have a bearing on the final standings. Meanwhile, Bombers have had the clearance and they're going to go forward now. Harrison Kosh got pushed over it, and now an opportunity now for Wason. He's going to go close. Just got attached, did William Brassel. Goes through for a minor score.
Nothing through from...
Now the umpire's seen something here, I think.
Play it down. Didn't see what it was. And thought it may be neck. So they will take all the time they need.
Well, there's certainly no pushing and shoving, so it doesn't appear to be anything malicious. Might have been off the ball.
Wait up, just to make sure everything's okay. It is Jack Davis. They could ill afford to have him out as they go into finals. Very wobbly on his feet, so that could be concussion. I think they'd get a runner out there to maybe assist in getting him off the ground, but
you'd think so. They look pretty strong and sturdy, the North Shore runners.
And the ball comes out now in the forward line here for the Bombers. Working his way back there was Johnson. Does well, gets it on the left boot, up the line, and good work there as well by Shatcher to keep the ball in front, but we'll have a boundary throw in. Margin's 44 points. This one's done and dusted. And the only question is it enough to earn themselves a week off the competition newcomers? The crowd shows their appreciation of Jack Davis as he comes off the field. One of the young guns in this competition. They drive forward again. Oh, and the mark's taken there. It's a good mark there by Shattuck. And he just stick the big mitts up and it's stuck. So he'll go back and have a shot on goal, and just that general hum that was around the ground throughout the game has just gone out a little bit now as we await the inevitable. Shattuck, his kick is good, and he'll get a goal on the board, so a little bit to look forward to for the North Shore Bombers as they get a couple of late ones here at Weldon Oval.
Well, with that heading into this game, Craig, in terms of the actual way the ladder's going to pan out, we did see Manly with a 6% percentage boost over St George. So with the margin as it is at the moment, you would think St George would need to beat Pennant Hills by a margin of about 50 odd points to go top of the table.
We did a Pennant Hills game not so long ago, and they looked dreadful. So, by their own admission, I must say, they were dreadful on that afternoon. And they played the University of New South Wales Eastern Suburbs. So, it's not beyond St George. And if they go out with the vigour and the carrot of having that top spot, you never know what can happen. Get under this one and play fair. And they do. Ball comes forward. Just a little bit of spark gone out of this one. Fitzgerald's taken high. He'll get the kick. He'll want to run, but he won't on this occasion. But he wants to move it on quickly. Does so now. The kick out there is a good one to Wason. Wason, well, he's 60 out. He could kick it a mile, but this occasion he decides to hand off to Manly. Didn't attack the football and just jogs after it after the second effort. Not what you want to see as a coach. Now it lands in the arms of Callender. Callender's little snapshot on the left boot's a good one, and he's got it through. So a few on the trot to North Shore. And, time is not their best friend at the moment, but they'll see how they go.
Well, I'll tell you what, St George will be loving this. Every North Shore goal, St George gives St George a greater chance of snatching that top spot. We will endeavour to get a score for you from that St George Pennant Hills game. But last couple of the Bombers now, and if it does come down to percentage, well, Manly will probably want to keep playing out the 4 quarters here this afternoon.
Back in the middle.
Looks like Brassell's in the ruck here, Craig.
Thrown Brassell in there, and he does well on his first occasion in. They hand it out. Here's Armitage. Gets rid of one. Gets on the left boot. Can he slot this one through? It's got the legs. It's just there, and it's a good kick, Washington.
Gee, they're going to miss him if he misses any time.
He's been the focal point for the Wolves. And some great work there out of the middle by Armitage. And this is a foregone conclusion. Washington slots it through. And the margin back out to 38 points. You have to say this one's done and dusted. Again, I've said it for about 20 minutes. .16 played. There will be a little bit of time off for that injury that occurred to Jack Davis, but 38 points the margin. They've kicked a couple of goals this quarter, the North Shore Bombers, but they really haven't threatened beyond a small period in that second quarter. We're back in the middle.
Yep, Brassell again winning it, and it comes straight to the hands of Kilpatrick, who pushes it forward. And it goes off to Armitage now, and Armitage, oh, he's kicked it!
Tyrone Armitage, fantastic work out of the middle, and you just get the sense that he's starting to slowly get himself into this football game, and he will build up going into finals, and he'll be one to watch, that's for sure.
Boy, good news for Manly support. He's certainly shaken off that injury concern earlier. And he's
pushed him in the middle now. He spent a bit of time up forward, has Tyrone Armitage, but that play out of the middle, well, he certainly enjoyed it.
Well, Brassell's 2 from 2 here. He's getting both punches, and they're both going for goals.
He's putting his hand up. Again, he gets it forward again with a big slap. Just reads the play so much better than Jackson. Just waits for the ball to come down to him, and they go forward again, the Wolves. Here's Pedersen, steps inside one, handball over the top to Armitage. Can he kick a second one in as many minutes? This one's on its way, and it's through for another, and Armitage is taking control of this game.
Unbelievable. That was like watching a replay. Brassell with the tap, ball comes down, somehow Tyrone Armitage ends up with the football on the run and goes bang. And we saw 2 goals in a row from the Bombers. Well, Manly have just kicked 3. And St George supporters watching the coverage. This is not good news for you guys at the moment.
Well, for every goal that Manly kicks, you'd think that St George have got to kick 3 or 4.
Well, can Brassel do it again, Craig?
3 taps, 3 goals. He's a newfound ruckman for the Wolves. This one at his advantage again, although he couldn't get quite to it. Almost got the smother off the boot. As they push forward again. Armitage taking a well-earned rest on the bench at the moment too, so they'll put him in cotton wool. So Garland now back. They get it back down now to Stroud. Couldn't quite get the handle. And keeps it in though. And the Garland will get the free kick with eye contact. And everything going their way at the moment.
Well, certainly all those 50-50 calls going Manly's way, but Thurgarland's certainly been once again one of Manly's best. He's been a menace, he's been everywhere. And he kicks it forward now, and Daniel Roberts flies, and Daniel Roberts trying to get involved as much as possible with another nice contested mark. Now he's going to go forward, but it's cut off by Kilpatrick. Kilpatrick's got some time and space now. He's going to push forward. Robertson's there. But I think that might be Gray coming across, and Gray's going to clean up. He's going to go short to Roberts. Roberts is tackled by Washington. He couldn't get rid of him, and all of a sudden it's a 50-50 ball. Wern couldn't hang on to it, and there's players down there, including Gray. And Gray's going to put the tackle on Robertson. And once again, there's a little bit of push and shove here. I'm not sure if it was Robertson, might have been Pridgeon at the middle, but all of a sudden, Daniel Roberts comes away. He kicks forward. Shattuck goes up for it. Nice punch by Bunkle. Ball comes down. Vashavandi was there. Away it comes. Hawkins with the bump on the big fella. And looks like a hot footy here. Chance for the Bombers, though, here, Craig.
They go back now. It's now in the arms of Davis. He's tackled and tackled well. Holding the ball. And the Wolves are away again. They got one off the side here in Wern. Was almost going to go. Wason tracked him down. Made sure he didn't get away. Wern now plays on. The kick left a bit to be desired, and he turns it over and shows his disgust in a vocal way. And they go inside the Bombers, and through Shatcher, they work their way forward again. They go inside looking for a target. On this occasion, it was Davis. Couldn't bring it down. The ball pops up now. Where is it there? I think it's Jackson. He's felled by the Wolves defender. And the crowd liked that one, and it ends up back in the arms of Wern.
Yeah, look, great kick forward there by Christopher Murphy. Jackson just couldn't finish, and Manly, umpire's called play on here, so Manly going to come away with it, and a nice little kick forward. Pedersen, oh boy.
Cramp. Well, he just pulled that leg up as if it was a hamstring type injury, and you don't want to see that late in this game, but just cramps. Oh my God. And the umpire's seen a free kick here too. We'll go back to Manly. Manly now just want to take the heat off the ball. We're into time on, and it's in the arms of Robert Hart. They've done so well today. They've done so well this year, the Manly side. And you'd have to think, notwithstanding a massive defeat by St George over Pennant Hills, that they will have the week off in week 1 of the AFL Sydney finals. Fitzgerald for the Bombers. Down the line. Now, they're just trying to find a way through. They haven't given up at all. The Manly Warringah side. Kosh with the old double fister. Gets it back. Works his way through traffic. In the shadows here at Weldon Oval. Goes back. Pedersen gives it over. The handball now back to Armitage. He's back on the field. That's what we want to see. A little bit of Armitage run. They go back now. Plenty of handball stats being picked up in this passage of play. And look at the space. The Garland just playing his own game today. Has 2 bounces. 3 now. Works his way back inside. Good work there by, I think it was Shattuck, to just stop the run. Back to Thurgarland. He pops it up. Bandy now with the ball. Throws on the right boot. Has he brought it back enough? He's brought it back too far. Minus score. 5 goals, 5. The Bombers.
Yeah, certainly, Craig. 50-odd point margin at the moment. You'd have to think that only a significant victory by St George would prevent a Manly Warringah minor premiership. What a remarkable effort, considering they've come up in division this year, Manly, and you were saying off air before, and probably only expected to get 5 or 6 wins this season, and just an unbelievable effort for Manly to do this and not only win the minor premiership, but in front of their home fans.
They are the reigning Division 1 premiers, the Manly Warringah Wolves. They took that one out last year, and that was the cause for their promotion into Premier Division football. And they have, well, you'd have to say they've stunned everybody, including themselves. In their wildest dreams, they wouldn't have expected to come into this competition and be walking away at the end of round 18 with the minor premiership. Fitzgerald tracks this one back indiscriminately on the boot. And the ball will go over the boundary line. And we'll have a ball in. You can see in the corner there the Bendigo Bank Cup, which is being played for this afternoon. Well, that will certainly be in the arms of the Manly Warringah side. And Bendigo Bank, fantastic supporters of both these sides, and we thank them for their support of local footy.
You opened up your savings account yet, Craig?
No. Savings means you have to start with some money, and that's certainly not going to happen with a couple of kids constantly putting their fingers in the pockets. So we'll have a ball up, 24 minutes played. There can't be long to go in this one. They've been outplayed, the Bombers, and they will have to regroup, because if they're to have a tilt at this premiership, they're going to have to beat the Wolves.
Once again, great ruck work there initially from Brassel, and we see the ball over the boundary line as the sun starts to set here at Weldon Oval. I'm sure the moods and the celebrations won't, though. There'll be a party in Manly tonight, Craig.
Well, they can afford to have a couple tonight. If they're going to have the week off, they'll certainly wait for the results and then maybe knock the top off 2 or 3 here at the fantastic upgraded facilities they've got here at Weldon Oval. Beautiful clubhouse they've got with some of the old heads in there at the moment, very much enjoying what they're seeing. Ball with Manly for the Bombers. He goes inside. Oh, the kick was pinpoint accurate, but Jackson just didn't seem to want it. The kick there off the boot of Callender was smothered, and once again Manly are away.
Leon Washington, Craig.
Here we go. Stroud now looking for Washington. In fact, it's Jacob Graham up there. Comes down to Murphy. Tyron Armitage right on his hammer. Armitage lurking. Picks it up, one grab. Throws on the left boot. Can he get another one?
Don't tell me.
He's brought it back. It's a fantastic goal from Armitage.
Well, hasn't he been a revelation?
Well, what's that, Drew? Is that 4 in this last quarter?
It's definitely 3 at least, could be 4, yeah. Look, Armitage back into the side this week. We saw a tough game against the George for Manly, but you have to just wonder what the difference Armitage would have made last week, and we're seeing that this afternoon. He's just been phenomenal.
And one thing you got to say is we have a look towards the Field and Medal Night coming up in a couple of weeks. If you're going to get 3 votes off an umpire, you want to get a good last quarter under your belt, because sometimes their memories don't go back to the first quarter and the good things you do in the back line, but Armitage has certainly done enough there to get his name onto the vote sheet, you'd have to think. As they go again, they push forward, and this one is going in the arms there of Hayres. Hayres throws it on the boot. One-on-one contest, Jackson now, they're coming back now, and once again, the run from this Manly defensive half is fantastic. And the kick left a bit to his eye. Manly did well to swing around in the tackle. Gives it to Callender. Callender pops it up. Tracking it back was Vajavandi. Couldn't find the handle. Couldn't get the boot to the ball. And coming away with it will be Lynch under a bit of pressure. Gives it off. Gives it to Wern. Wern's kick may be out in the full. In fact, it is. And the Bombers will get one last tilted at 27 minutes. It's a long quarter. Can't be too long to go. And there'll be celebrations for the minor premiership in Manly Warringah this evening.
Charlie Callender now, he'll kick it in forward for the Bombers. It's heading left. It's probably just going to go through from behind here. Minor score, it does. And we spoke about finishing well. Well, the Bombers, let's see what they got in these final 5 minutes or so as Pedersen gets the mark. And Pedersen's going to go short across now to Robert Hart, who's had a good game himself for the Manly Warringah Wolves. Hart goes short to Stroud, ever so consistent. And the Bombers just getting across, forcing Manly just to go short here, deep in their own 50. The ball's with Robert Hart again. He goes across. It was a nice mark there from the Wolves, and a little bit of a bounce and plenty of time as the ball goes forward, but he's picked out a bomber in Haddon, Douglas Haddon, who got wrapped up pretty much straight away. The umpire's going to say, well, there's a bit too much in that one.
Yeah, Kilpatrick just rode him into the ground. I think the Manly timekeeper's enjoying this game so much he just wants a little bit more of it, because we're approaching the 29-minute mark. We did have that injury here, which took away a couple of minutes, but it's certainly a long quarter in relation to the other quarters we've played here this afternoon. And there it is, as we spoke about the siren. It's all done and dusted here at Weldon Oval, and the Bendigo Bank Cup will end up in the arms of the Manly Warringah Wolves. The first time these two teams have played, and the coaches come together to say thank you as we just have the quick shake of the hands, and it's all done and dusted here. Congratulations to the Manly Warringah Wolves. We're yet to have a final score from Pennant Hills, but I'll go out on a limb to say that they will end up as minor premiers of the AFL Sydney Premier Division competition. Very different words coming for the Manly Warringah side, but they have been just too good this afternoon, and a couple of good quarters, especially that third quarter, and a few goals late in that final quarter has seen them come away with a 54-point margin. In the end, 13-12-90, North Shore 5-6-36. Jury, your thoughts on the game as it panned out?
Well, firstly, congratulations to Manly Warringah on a fantastic regular season. Minor premiers, look, who would have thought? It's been a tremendous effort from the guys from Peninsula. But look, I just thought Manly, they played for 4 quarters, and I think maybe their inaccuracy early probably kept North Shore in the game, probably a little more than they actually were. And the Bombers, well, they tried in patches today, and they'll have to go back to the drawing board and sort things out rather quickly, because as we mentioned, they've most probably got a game next week against St George. He'll be no pushovers, no doubt. That should be a tremendous contest, actually. But full credit to Manly. They played hard, they played tough, they got plenty of run, and I'll tell you what, they're the ones to beat this final series.
They've stamped their authority on the Premier Division competition, have the Manly Warringah Wolves. They will go into the finals as favourites as we wrap up here at Weldon Oval. The voice just giving out right at the end. But the story as the afternoon panned out was it was all Manly Warringah. They were just too good on the day. They tackled hard. They gave nothing away. And they, as we said, will go into the finals. Clear favourites to take out this Premier Division competition. We just checked with the umpires to make sure all good. They've waved off the score. And we have a 54-point margin. We thank everyone for joining us here on the AFL Sydney competition with the news that we will be bringing you all the action from the finals as we kick off next week, and join us online to see all that action. But we're just waiting to see whether that is in fact the minor premiership. We believe it is, and congratulations must go to the Manly Warringah Wolves. We'll finish up here at Weldon Oval with the news that Manly have taken out a 54-point margin over North Shore in the Bendigo Bank Cup. We thank you again, and we'll catch you next week for all the action from the AFL Sydney Final Series.